another chance for your 4 minutes of Casanova, Quattro Minuti con Casanova. We have two sites right here next to each other in the Campiello, Querini Stampalia. Just to my right here is the Palazzo Querini Stampalia, which is now a library. But back in Casanova's day, in the 1700s, the Querini brothers lived here, and Casanova was friends with both of them. Angelo Querini was known as a libertine. He had very liberal politics. He enjoyed women and drink and gambling and things like that. And so he and Casanova got along quite well because they both enjoyed a lot of these same things. In fact, Angelo Querini kept as his mistress La Cavamacchia. That was the courtesan's kind of nickname. Her real name was Giulietta Beato. And there's some stories about Casanova's own encounters with her one time where she slapped him. But that's another 4-minute story somewhere else. But here, Casanova was also friends with Andrea Querini, who was a little more of a politician in the family. He also had quite liberal politics, and sometimes got him into some trouble. Let's continue over this way as I tell you about what happened with this house. Later generations of the Querini family decided to donate the palace and the paintings and all of the artwork and the library and so on to the city of Venice. So it's now a library, and I have a library card. Kind of exciting. Over here on this side is a second Casanova site. It's this palazzo it was broken up into a number of casini. Now the word casino has a very different connotation in Venetian dialect. It really means little casa. And so a casino was sort of the pleasure apartments that more wealthy people had. Their palace was kind of big and drafty. If they wanted a more intimate setting, they would come to their casino. So here was the casino of Angela Avogadro, and Casanova writes about her that when he met her and was friends with her, she was in her 60s, but her wit and charm belied her 60 years. So I guess he had respect for older women as well. And he would come here for a game of cards, for drink. Sometimes they would have a courtesan who might come and sing or perform. And basically it was just a nice way to pass the evening. Casanova also met here someone who became a pretty good friend of his, a guy named Gaetan Zawoyski. And Zawoyski once lent Casanova some money, and he talks about meeting Gaetan here. Casanova and Gaetan actually met up in other parts of Europe as well, and we're pretty good friends. But in a palazzo like this, or a building like this, would have been broken up into a number of these small apartments. And so this is very typical of the 1700s when Casanova was living, and the kind of place where people would have their sort of second apartments, their more intimate house.
Che devi cambiare, se non puoi stare con